here in Winners Top 8. Mordex versus Koji. The Great Hall seems to be the map of the day as we go into game number 1, and we're opening it up. Who's going to get the first weapon? Sandstorm snags the scythe away from noeL as noeL waits patiently for something to spawn out. And will Sandstorm deny that weapon, even go for a weapon toss? He does. Ooh. Picks up the gauntlets. noeL still not being able to find something. 10 seconds in the game, being unarmed the entire time. Will Sandstorm do it again? No. noeL finds the bow and gets in the sidelight immediately.
All right, that first sidelight, that was data collection. noeL, definitely one of the more cerebral players. He will read the opponent's habits and just execute perfectly.
Ooh. And what's nice about that is that regardless of whether or not it was the bow or the sword, the sidelight kind of does the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
So he'll cover the same areas. So noeL definitely was saying, like, whatever I'm going to pick up, I know this is the move I'm going to go for. Oh, they both neutral and down like in the opposite directions there, expecting one person to dash to the other. But Sandstorm getting the lower half of the trades here. Nice little dash forward weapon toss. Catches Sandstorm off his toes, and now tossing the gauntlets away. Was going for a weapon toss combo of his own, but instead neutral sig in the air while trying to land with the Sarah. Now noeL's in the position to weapon. Ooh, neutral sig hits.
Close to knocking him out. That powerful arrow shot.
2 down 6 in a row. Fearless here against Sandstorm. He's just trying to stop him from being able to pick up that weapon.
noeL really just showing, all right, I can poke a little bit with that side signature. It's got the range on it. But Sandstorm going for the hardcore edge
down
guard. He doesn't have enough to make it back.
noeL in the lead the entire time. Takes 1 blunder off the side of the stage, and 2 well-placed, well-spaced nairs into a down air finish using the active input of those scythe aerials causes noeL to lose that stock prematurely. And now Sandstorm in the lead, 3 stocks to 2. Avoids that neutral signature, and the scythe strings begin.
All right, push noeL into the yellow with that. Building a little bit of that.
Still not going to KO.
Wow. Surviving from that recovery. You know noeL's going to be looking for any of the standard kill combos, but you cannot afford that kind of
ground pound.
My gosh, the 2-stock lead for Sandstorm now.
noeL looks so lost when he's off stage against Sandstorm's scythe. This was looking so strong for noeL. He was winning in the neutral game, but Sandstorm, when he did win his 1 moment in neutral, carried away into a stock, finding him off stage, and it's happening again. Goes all the way down for the nair. noeL manages to dodge high, but the nair, he goes for the down sig, and noeL just falls to his death. A 3-stock coming out from Sandstorm. All the damage that Sandstorm took was in the first minute of the game, and then he went untouched. We see here, in orange, noeL falls to his death. In orange, noeL falls to his death. The ground pound securing it, and at the very end, with a weapon other than the scythe, not even needing the active input from the scythe aerials.
Yep, I mean, that last one, I understand. He had to go for some crazy plays. noeL was too far behind. He needed to make up ground somewhere, but Sandstorm had such a commanding performance. That is a way to open a set.
And they ran it back immediately to the Great Hall. noeL looking at that and going like, that's not how I wanted to perform here, at least not in the top 5. He's going to be making some serious changes as he wants to be able to get a similar lead as he got in the beginning of that game, but then not lose it off stage when he goes and fights Sandstorm's scythe on the edges of the Great Hall.
Now noeL finding those dodge options to escape these scythe strings that he got caught in last game.
A nice little space recovery too to avoid the ground pound. Delight Sarah. Sadly puts Sandstorm off to the left side of the stage. Dodges in place, but Sandstorm doesn't go for the gauntlets. Now he does. Not even opting for a weapon toss combo. He just wants to be able to have these gauntlets against noeL's sword. Catches him out of the air with that nair. I feel like that nair caught him at the end of the down air. Very well spaced coming out from Sandstorm.
Yeah, you see Sandstorm really just controlling that center ground for the most part. noeL kind of having to flit around those top platforms.
The little down air connects. noeL staying on the top side of the Great Hall.
Right, so this is definitely a more measured match going on.
Yes, absolutely.
Just trading pokes back and forth.
It's looking like what noeL did game 1, only the damage is even this time. And that makes me concerned for noeL. Usually comes out, but Sandstorm isn't as I say it, down air hits. And noeL make it back. Sandstorm comes out. And such patient. What a playstyle switch coming up from Sandstorm. Before it was explosive offstage play, but Sandstorm postured like he was going to go offstage for the edge guard ground pound, and then just dashed back to neutral sig as noeL tried to cover high, almost like mentally conditioning his opponent to think, this is what's going to happen to me, this is what happened in game 1, I need to avoid it, and now Sandstorm sticking almost entirely to the ground.
Catches the dodge, sends him up high. Such a huge damage lead, was threatening the KO.
Weapon toss to Sarah. Sandstorm off stage, absolute destruction. The first stock always going the same way. Both players patiently playing it out of neutral, but when Sandstorm takes the first kill, it's like he's on a fresh stock himself. And he's off stage again, going for the weapon toss finisher. noeL can't make it back. The downer comes out, and he doesn't even want to try to do anything off stage.
Those
recovery
gauntlet
hits.
combos
It's still
have
not
been-
going to KO. Sandstorm has the scythe here, and if noeL's not careful, a nair will put him off stage, and there it is.
Uh-oh.
Goes for
Danger
that down
time. Sandstorm off stage. noeL really looking to just beat out that high recovery.
The recovery catches noeL at the very end. Will he go for the ground pound? He goes for the recovery instead, and noeL goes low, avoids death for a moment, but Sandstorm is up 2 stocks. And that sidelight, gravity cancel sidelight no less, putting noeL off the stage into the red. Is this going to be a double 3-stock? Downsig hit? No. Both players missing their downsig just barely. Sandstorm's looking for it. And he gets it!
Oh my gosh. noeL's still alive. He has another chance, but this is near insurmountable.
And Sandstorm is putting out signature after signature, knowing that one of them is going to connect. He's not getting punished for them. noeL too afraid to be able to go in afterwards and maybe get hit by the mix-up that Sandstorm puts out after the move finishes. Falling Sair, noeL going off stage, looking for that down, and then Nair. You can see that Sandstorm is just trying to get him with the ground pound. Gives noeL a breath of life as he's able to take that stock and avoid the potential 6 stock that was about to happen before our very eyes.
All right, so noeL has so much to cut through here. Sandstorm only needs one solid hit to go up 2-0 in the set.
noeL going off stage, trying to get that ground pound, maybe even evening up the stock. Sandstorm on the side of the stage, maybe looking for a downsig. No, doesn't even do the dash pivot ground pound. He just straight up jumps over, ground pound, Sair hits him, finishes off noeL. A 2-stock coming up from Sandstorm, very convincing. noeL was able to slow things down, but he was not able to change the fate of that game, which was him getting completely demolished off stage by Sandstorm. Look at the weapon toss in the Sair. We see players use weapon tosses to confirm KOs, but to use it to extend combos that lead to a death, so impressive coming up from Sandstorm, and to get it on the first try. The Gauntlet Sair being able to finish it off.
We're currently sitting at 6 stocks to 1
in over 2 games.
In over these 2 games. All right. So what are the kinds of adjustments that noeL needs to make? We are not.
Well,
going
we saw
back to
one
Great Hall.
adjustment already.
We're now on Mammoth Fortress,
and it's a different character entirely. We were alluding to the Asuri, right? noeL was famous for this guitar sort of legend. It seemed as though he wanted to try out the Koji against Sandstorm, but he tried it twice. It wasn't working. Now he's back into the character that we know him for, the best.
All right, so change the character, change the stage, change your fate.
Oh, but his sword off stage against Sandstorm, whether it's Gauntlets or Scythe, is just not succeeding. The downline to Sair into the gravity cancel downline, trying to get that recovery, interrupt him out of the sword recovery as he tried to go high. noeL didn't give him that read. Will he switch over to the guitars? He does. And now a very similar matchup between guitars versus gauntlets. noeL has a little bit more extra stuff to work with off stage. Maybe we'll be able to make the difference as we see him dodge out of the way of that sidelight, find an air, sidelight comes out. Sandstorm goes for the weapon toss, it hits noeL. We saw Sandstorm downlighting onto the stage, maybe meaning to drop through the platform. Didn't manage to, and now noeL was able to get back. First stock's looking really even, but if Sandstorm takes that first stock, which he just did, this makes me super concerned for noeL's next stock, because we see how quickly these go away. Yeah. Can he equal things up and change the narrative of this best of 5? Because as it looks, Sandstorm is showing us why he was the world champion of 2018.
He needs to make some major adjustments. He hasn't been able to get the kind of reads on Sandstorm that he usually does to other top players. I mean, maybe he just doesn't have enough data on Sandstorm, but I think it's just Sandstorm is just changing up everything that he is going for, and noeL is lost in the weeds.
noeL hasn't lost this stock just yet, finding a nice little neutral light, waiting out Sandstorm's landing, but not going for a punish. Sandstorm very confident with that. Oh, the gravity cancel sidelight not coming out, as he just dodges in place and decides, you're not in a position for me to be able to do anything. Neutral light's not connecting. Sandstorm looking for some sort of finisher here. Weapon toss. Oh, the recovery from noeL. Sandstorm expecting noeL to retreat towards the sky, but noeL evening things up and not taking that much damage on his second stock here.
All right, so definitely the most stable it has been this set. But noeL will have to win 3 in a row in order to take the set, and he is down so far. That's going to be it. noeL going down to his final stock on the winner's bracket.
Mordek's Gauntlet's downsig is so powerful because we've seen him once hit it and throw them straight up with the KO, and now we saw him throwing them off stage. It sends you so far even in light orange, and then with the drop down side air, not even going for a ground pound, just knowing that the side air's knockback was enough to be able to finish off noeL, gives Sandstorm that stock lead that he needs. noeL at the risk of dropping out to loser's bracket. 3-0 here against Sandstorm as that downlight into Nair. Nair looks for the second into the Sair, gets him off stage. 2 Sairs in a row, he goes to the downsig.
So much damage. Sandstorm going deep.
And the
noeL.
ground pound finisher doesn't connect, but it doesn't matter. He just wanted it all. He wasn't able to find the very end of that combo, but he still had already killed noeL by the time that it was done.
Yeah, absolutely unreal. I do really like Sandstorm, knowing that he has that stock lead.